months ago, I was taking the metro on my way to acting class when all of a sudden an idea popped into my head. I get a lot of ideas, but I didn't necessarily follow through on them until this one, mainly because I felt a lot of perfectionism and a lot of fear and a lot of doubt, and that would usually stop me from actually creating the videos that I wanted to make. But this time I actually decided to create the idea that I had in my head, and I'm so happy I did, because the whole process has taught me the biggest lesson of my life, and this is what I want to share with you today. Picasso said, "Everything you can imagine is real." This quote really struck me when I first read it, because when you get an idea, usually it's something that happens through your mind, and it's up to you to decide whether you want to act on it or not. But mostly, what I find fascinating about ideas and your imagination is how your imagination has the power to create your reality. Not only does your mind perceive reality a certain way, but it also has the power to create something new in your physical reality, your physical world. Your mind has this power to actually blend what is imagined and what is real and make your imaginations become real. And I find it completely fascinating, because I feel like sometimes it kind of crushes the concept of time. Einstein famously noted that the distinction between past, present, and future is a stubbornly persistent illusion. In quantum physics, there is this process called entanglement. If two particles are deeply connected, they can be at the opposite of the universe and still be connected to each other, meaning that if you move one, the other one will move as well at the exact same time. Another theory that I came upon is the film reel theory. Imagine life is like a film reel. According to the block universe theory, every single moment that exists already exists in a 4D block, and life is like a film reel that is just passing by. So every moment you're experiencing is maybe one specific frame of that film reel. And what allows you to see that frame would be your consciousness that is perceiving it as the present moment. Just like a projector would shed its light on a specific frame of a film reel, and that is what you would see on the screen. However, if that is true, and there is a single film reel in our lives, then that would mean that everything that we're experimenting has already been written out for us and is already playing out for us. And that is where quantum physics comes in. The quantum field is actually a wave function, where there's a superposition of an infinite amount of possibilities, meaning that life is not just one film reel, meaning that there is not one destiny for us, but an infinite amount of film reels all branching out. Whatever is going on inside your mind is one of the infinite amount of possibilities for what could be created. The spiral symbolizes transformation, growth, and unfolding. And I find the symbol absolutely perfect when it comes to the process of creation, because there is this inner feeling when you're creating that everything becomes clear over time, meaning that even if you have an initial thought, as you're creating, things unfold, things become clear, and things start to connect. Da Vinci said, "All you have to do is observe nature to see that everything is connected." When you look at tree branches, they look like veins, which look like thunder, which look like brain neurons, which look like the city from above, which looks like metro stations connecting. So even in the most mundane places, everything seems to connect. Along the way, I also found out that J.K. Rowling came up with Harry Potter, had this vision for Harry Potter when she was taking the train on the way to London. That is why I love the Metro so much, because through that initial vision, this initial idea I had, so much more came out of it. Something so much bigger came out of it. And I think in those moments where you get to slow down, you stop, and you let something bigger than you guide you and take you to your destination, anything can strike at any given moment. Ideas can strike, and it's up to you to decide whether you want to actually follow through on that idea. The process in itself is not necessarily easy all the time, but the unfolding of it is magical. And I think the biggest thing I realized is that everything is possible, and it all starts in the mind.